Hello, this is Jerry Bennett, artist on Marvel Premiere, Marvel Masterpiece, and Flair Ultra X-Men, and you are listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast.
Hello everybody, my name is Ian Taylor, and welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast, brought to you by the Marvel Cards Fan Collective, an awesome community of card collectors and creators. You can find our two groups on Facebook, details of which are at the end of this podcast, so come check us out. With me is my co-pilot in all things Marvel Cards. He has ventured into new and uncharted territory. He has unleashed a beast far mightier than he imagined, and the whole collecting world trembles at his actions. He must pay for those actions. He is brought before you today for summary judgment. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the trial of Norrin Radd.
No! Why? What did I do?
You, sir,
I have
got
not. No.
everyone collecting Flair Ultra Spider-Man again.
That is my fault. You're right.
It is your fault.
I'm ready to be judged.
You are ready to be judged. So let's read out a list of your crimes.
Gosh,
So, not content with having completed one rainbow and rainbow web foil of a character that we all know he knows and loves, Norrin Radd willfully and without any thought to other collectors ventured back into the ePack system and started on a journey towards another character. Who?
Calypso.
Yeah, I was going to say Whiskey Tango Foxtrot is Calypso because I'm not familiar with that character. So tell me why. Why? Defend yourself, sir.
Okay, I'm out. That's it. I'm doing it. So I've always liked Spot. Spot's definitely my favorite Spider-Man villain of all time. So Calypso's is my second favorite, and I've always kind of dug her vibe, and she was always really creepy, and I like the whole supernatural creepy stuff. But the real reason was that a magenta plate was on ePack forever from her. And it was one of the first plates I saw from the set that I was kind of like, oh, this is really nice. I like to get it. And kind of because of that, and I was able to make a trade for it and receive it, I was kind of like, okay, let me go ahead and get the rest of it, which is exactly what I'm doing now. So all I'm missing now, I've gotten the auto, I've gotten the buyback. Literally all I'm missing now is the rainbow web foil.
Oh, so you've got the
That's
rainbow.
It. Yeah, I have everything right now.
Foil.
Yeah, and I have two plates. I have the black and I have the magenta.
Oh, that's outstanding work.
Yeah, so I have
That's
everything
outstanding work.
but the rainbow. But the the rainbow foil web. Yeah.
Okay. We'll enter Exhibit A into the record for the tasting notes on that one. The second charge that you are charged with today is that as a result of your actions, everyone else seems to be going after web foils.
That is my fault as well. Man, I'm pleading guilty to everything.
You are pleading guilty to everything. Yeah, listen, this is a bogus court. So,
This is a bogus court.
Nothing is going to actually
If the
happen.
punishment is more cards, I'll take it. I'm happy with
The
that.
punishment is always more cards, and we're about to have some, but we'll come back to that. So, there are folk chasing rainbow foils and rainbow web foils left, right, and center, it seems.
Yeah.
They start out of nowhere.
I had someone from ePack I've never met and never spoken to. And no joke, they hit me up. They were like, are you responsible for getting everybody to chase these rainbow foils? And I was kind of like, yes, that's me. I'm sorry.
You are.
I was like, we have a Facebook group and we've kind of gone overboard. He was like, everyone's hitting me up for these things.
Oh, wow. Like, yeah. Wow. Who was it? Anyone you want to give a shout out to? Or do you want to keep
I'm happy. No. I'm happy to. Why not? I'll put their business out there. You might know them. Maybe I do know them. I didn't realize I knew them at the time.
Oh, go on.
I'm sure it'll be a familiar name. Let me see.
You're looking it up now, aren't you?
I'm looking it up, so I'll find it. Keep going.
While you're looking it up, I'll talk about my adventures in Flair Ultra.
Please.
Spider-Man. So Flair Ultra Spider-Man, I have long toyed with just not collecting multiples of the web foils to build silver web foils and then rainbow web foils as you have, with the exception of Black Cat, which currently isn't possible based on what I'm seeing on ePacks. So
No, there's not enough there.
So there's not enough there. But I just want to put together a set of one of each. So it's like a parallel set to the main Fleer Ultra Spider-Man. So you've basically got the main set and then the Legacy, the Team-Ups, the Milestones, and the Deadpool. So I think that's probably about 140 cards because I think there's 10 in each subset. Unless I'm confusing it with Fleer Ultra X-Men. It sounds about right. No,
I think you're close.
No, Legacy's got 12 or 13, actually. So,
Thanks.
yeah, anyway.
Well, that Deadpool, too. You have to get that guy.
Yeah, Deadpool. So, basically, there's a web parallel of each of those, which, for those unfamiliar with Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, is the same card, but it's got a kind of for want of a better word, a web pattern in foil, kind of on the artwork, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's a really good finish, and it's silver in color. And then there is a gold web foil version, but those are the ones that are autographed, so they're very limited.
And what I really like about the web foils too, well, the web design is that it varies from card to card. So that's
it.
Yeah, it really does. I've noticed it's really cool that it does that too, because they really make sure that they get particular ones that suit the card so well. In terms of frame and design, because in the X-Men one, the Fleer Ultra X-Men, it doesn't vary. At least not from what I've noticed, but the web ones on the Spider-Man do.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have a look at that because obviously I only see them on the screen, and that's the kind of detail I'd notice in hand. But anyway, who's this fella, ePack fella then, who's got all these?
I can't find him. I'll have to look later.
I was probably hiding.
The way the message is laid out, I can't see like what the conversation was.
No, that's fair enough. The you're off the hook. Case dismissed.
Yes, I'm free. I'm going to collect even more web foils.
The defense rests. Take him away.
No, wait. What? No.
So we've had a mad 2 weeks, haven't we? The last 2 episodes.
We have. It's the card investor.
Oh, yes. He's a really nice guy.
Really, really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. He's he used to do. I was talking to him actually myself. Because I know that I was talking to him, and because you remember he had some Spider-Mans that because you'd bought some spot off him, I think.
Yes,
and he had some Spider-Mans, and he knew I liked. Sorry, he had some Black Cats. He knew I liked Black Cat, and he said, "Oh, this fella's trying to buy these Black Cats off me. Do you know him?" And I said, "Yes, I do." So we ended up dealing direct. And he was most confused by it all, bless him. But yeah, nice guy, and he's. He used to do a blog, The Card Investor, but I think he lost the whole thing. Some sort of system crash or website crash or something. Anyway, he lost it all. He was telling me. But really nice guy. I really like him. I do know what his real name is because I've seen him on Facebook, although I don't think he's on there that much or interested in joining the group. But I did invite him.
No, I asked him. He was, because the message that he gave me out of the blue was, "Have you been talking up FUSM lately? I noticed a definite uptick in foaling activity."
Yeah, and he will know because he's got a lot,
he would know.
He does buy a lot of products. So, but anyway, he's a nice guy. I won't say his real name.
Super sweet. Yeah, no, I liked him a lot. We had a good talk.
But yeah, he's a nice guy. So, so that's cool. So what's been happening? Premiere 2019 finally came out on ePack. Since we last kind of spoke, just the two of us.
We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us. You and I. There we go. We always muck that up. So Premiere's dropped. It dropped on. We're recording on Friday the 6th. It dropped on Wednesday. They announced it on Monday, so they gave everyone a slightly more notice than the last couple of releases. I've noticed Upper Deck have done one big release on the first week of every month so far this year. So I'm wondering if that will continue.
Ooh, that would be nice if we understood that pattern.
I did speculate in my head on that after Marvel 80th, and I thought that's pretty good. And then they've kept it up with Premiere. So it'd be interesting to see what they drop for April, because
that would be amazing.
As you know, they don't solicit was the expression that Matt. Thank you, Matt, for coming on last week. By the way, absolutely
seriously
joyous to have you on. I really enjoyed that, and I've thought of 100 more questions I can ask him, as have our listeners. So we'll definitely have him back on if he's up for it. Being solicited that far in advance is certainly not the way so far this year. They've dropped on ePacks with very short notice, so which he couldn't talk to because that was a different department. But Premiere is out there, and I thought it was going to happen, but we didn't talk about it last week because obviously we were talking to someone else. But I noticed the week before a lot of artists suddenly posting their approvals.
Yes.
On their sketches. And I was like, okay, that's potentially, kind of, the wheels are moving. And then, of course, it announced on Monday and then it released on Wednesday. It's more expensive than the physical product.
It is. And I think that's because of the achievements, but I'm assuming that's because of the achievements.
Interesting. For a majority sketch product, that's unusual. It's quite a jump. I think it was $250. It's $299 now. $299. Yeah. Well, $300 basically. So it has gone up. I was kind of watching, what was happening with it, and it's a sketch-heavy product. I think you get at least 2 per pack stroke box. And some people have spent a dizzying amount, like thousands and thousands of dollars on it already. There is an awful lot of sketches on ePack. So I was watching it. Let's have a look. As I speak, there are 758 sketches from Marvel Premiere 2019 showing.
Wow.
On ePack. That's what's showing. So we can imagine a fair few have been locked for PC, or transferred off already, or moved to ComC. So this is where we do that clown math, as Matt described it. But you can work backwards. I mean, this time yesterday, it was 550 odd. So that's gone up 200. And then, so that's basically 500 in the first 24 hours.
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
A lot of product.
It's a lot of product, and it's a real mix. I think generally speaking, people are probably finding it a bit pricey. Maybe I'm sensing just a little bit of disturbance in the force about what they're getting. I think this would be the fairest thing to say.
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, I think only because of the uptick on price. Mm-hmm. Also, I think because the artist list changed from the physical to the ePack.
Interesting. Okay.
With not a lot of warning, and I think that was another thing that collectors feel that they were misinformed about for sure. Which makes sense, Yeah. It's weird. Sketches are strange. You know what I mean? It's less about. And to be fair to the product, which I think it's always fair to say that, I think a lot of people tend to hit this product because they think they're going to hit the grail of sketch cards and get a huge profit back.
The Fred-in or something like that.
Yeah, they think they're going to hit the sketch card that everyone's willing to drop down, loads of money for, unfortunately. And I think that kind of hurts the product a little because those expectations are there.
Yes.
But I think a lot of people really just are sketch collectors specifically, and they like the wide range of styles. And I have a lot of artists in here that are new artists. Which we've had on the group, a bunch of these new artists.
Yeah.
One in particular who I think it's an acronym. I don't know if it's an actual name.
Oh, is this Art of FX you're going to talk about? Yes, that's a French artist. Who has actually been around a little bit, and I'm pretty sure has been on a previous product. But what his real name is, I don't know. But that's the moniker that he goes by. His sketches are causing people to swoon.
Yeah, for sure.
On the floor. And I have reached out to him. He's French. And I've reached out to him, and so hopefully he'll maybe do us an intro in French, or maybe even come on the podcast. You never know. So
how awesome would that be?
But that is kind of what I like about every set that comes out, especially a set that's sketch heavy like this, or masterpieces where it's 1 per box. There's a new kind of superstar, if you like a hit rookie. a breakthrough, if that's the best way to phrase it. And that's because I remember the first set that the Glee brothers were on, for example, and everyone went nuts, deservedly so. Mick and Matt, good evening if you're listening.
Hey, bud.
And hey, Bub. You mean
Buds.
Bubs? Well, yeah. One of them cosplays as Wolverine. One of them cosplays as Iron Man. In fact, one of them is that's it. I always remember which is which because Mick is his handle. I think it's on Instagram. Goes as Iron Mick.
I love their sense of humor. They do
the best cosplay.
They're really good stuff. Too.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Really
we'll put
impressive.
a pin in cosplay actually because there's something I want to talk about in a minute. We'll come back to that. This evening I'm cosplaying as someone who knows what they're talking about. So, but I tell you what, I'm kind of really, really tempted. I don't think I will because it's I'd be doing it on a whim, and it's still, even though everyone's going into this set for the sketches primarily, a lot of people are collecting the tiers of the base set because they're numbered and there's different, rarities on that, including one-of-ones. But I'm very tempted to go for the base set because I love the base art.
Really?
I think it's extraordinarily good.
I do
digital.
too.
It's all
my really is more like, man, you're gonna go ham on this? That's awesome.
Well, no, I don't know about ham. It's only 50 base cards?
That's true.
So, but they are limited to 199. I've got some base cards from the first Premiere set back in 2012, which I've just had for the longest time. And on that particular set, I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily massively wanting to keep hold of the base cards because the art just didn't kind of click with me. Whereas I can't actually remember what the base card art looked like for 2014 and 2017, which is terrible. But
I never collect Premiere.
Yeah.
So I just, and I have the Surfer from 2012 and I like to get some printing plates, but you never see them. But I really do like this set. I think the artistry, I'm looking at it now, it's really nice.
Yeah, I don't think they've done printing plates for Premiere.
They did printing plates for 2012.
Oh, did they?
Wait, did they?
Okay, I don't know. I don't.
Am I wrong? I might be wrong.
You're never wrong, dear.
That's fair.
But the artists are Cliff Richards and Ivan Nunes, and I'm giving him a shout out because I think their art is terrific. As I said, it is digital, but it's wonderful stuff. 50 cards. The interesting thing about Premiere is if you did choose to go for a base card set, 200 cards, and you've got Premiere 2012, 2014, 2017, 2019. It's actually quite a nice little binder.
It really is a nice binder. I think it's really nice.
That's kind of where my head's going on it. But I know that's a commitment because, there are not that many of them. And the older sets have been out for a while. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, Premiere's out.
I mean, if you want to go half on a box right now, we can do it on the air.
No, I've got something else to open on the air. Yes, I've got something else to open on the air. Don't get too excited. It's only one pack. But
I'm still very excited.
But
I'm excited.
You're easily excited.
I really am. I've always been like that.
You are. That's quite all right. I will hose you down later. I've put my notes down. And I'm forgetting what I'm talking about. How could you do that?
You're driving us into chaos right now.
I am driving us into chaos. It should be the trial of Ian Taylor at this rate. So
next episode. No, just kidding. Go ahead. I'm just talking. Go for it.
But Premiere is obviously the first big sketch-heavy release of the year. We know that Masterpiece is being worked on. We anticipate that'll be a 2020 release, so we're calling it Masterpieces 2020. We know because we kind of, I read this and then we didn't get to talk about it because we had Jalen and then we had Matt on, so we did kind of talk about it. But of course, you've got Marvel Anime.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, Marvel. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm not sure I am because anime is not really my thing. But I know a lot of people really dig it, so I'm sure it'll sell really well for them. And I like the fact they're trying to make different with it. I mean, I'm reading into a lot about what the title is, but I'm assuming it'll be Marvel characters in the anime style. But there's an awful lot of that stuff already in existence for that market. So maybe they'll just be using pre-existing stuff from there. Who knows? Who knows?
That'd be interesting.
And then Marvel Ages really intrigues me. Something about that just is the one that most appeals to me at the moment. I've no idea what it'll be. Who knows? I think we are going to get Marvel Annual, as Matt said last week, and that is going to get a bit of a revamp this year. So I'll be going in for that one.
That's going to be really nice.
Yeah, if it follows the pattern of the last three, it'll be physical, then ePack. And then, of course, they did Pack Wars. They come up. Yeah, they did Pack Wars after that.
Oh, that's right. You guys got me into that for a hot minute. How dare you?
Pack Wars was a really fun way to collect it. So I actually enjoyed the collecting of it an awful lot. And having got some of them in hand now, they're better than expected. Yeah, unexpectedly good quality cards. And I think we'll see Marvel Weekly come back. So I think that is the one that will start in April because it started in April last year.
That'd be nice.
So
I like to have that consistency.
Yeah, I think that'll happen again. So, but it will happen without me this time around. I mean, obviously, if there's a Black Cat cycle, I'll go bonkers for it, but for the most part I'll just wait and pick up the set at the end when the sketch achievement is done. So there's some exciting stuff coming up, as well as obviously the MCU stroke TV related sets. We got Punisher, the Netflix series. Season 1 of that is coming. I don't have any dates in front of me for these, but I think that one's imminent. And then we've just had Spider-Man Far From Home drop on ePacks. That came out physical literally over the Christmas holiday period. So that's a really short window from physical to ePack. And then we've got Captain Marvel stroke Endgame, which is a combined set. And that's been pushed back. And I believe that's going to be a physical release. Yeah, I think April was the latest I'd heard on that. So it's been pushed back a little bit, which is, it is what it is. Maybe the autos often slow things like that down.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
And then later in the year, I believe I've seen rumours. In fact, I have seen sketch card stock of The Runaways, which is an interesting one. So yeah, I'm not sure. I've no kind of relation. I didn't read the comic. I didn't see the show. Not that I don't want to. It's just I've got plenty to watch.
That's true.
So yeah, so looking forward to that. And what else? So on Spider-Man Far From Home, I got my first. I like to get a Black Cat sketch. Yeah. From as many sets as she's in, even if it's not a Black Cat focused sketch. So, for example, I've got one from one of the Captain America sets that had sketch cards as a Black Cat. I've got one from one of the Thor sets. That's actually really cool. And I just kind of started doing it when I saw it. So, of course, Spider-Man Far From Home is, it has got quite a few cats that I've seen. But the one that I got is by Cool As Heck. Yeah. If you remember, I got a sketch card of his from Weekly, I believe it was. Not Weekly, sorry. Flair. And then I saw it pop on ePacks, and then it disappeared, and it popped up on eBay, and I watched it as the price went down and down and down, and then he relisted it at $40 by now, and I was like, you know what, $40 was fine. I was waiting for it to go down to 50, and I was going to offer 40 anyway. So yeah, that worked out. Yeah, so I got it 40, and I just love it. When you see a sketch and it's kind of like speaks to you. You have that slow music, and it kind of flicks its hair at you. And everything goes a bit slow, and there's Vaseline smeared lens, and you hear that music, and that kind of thing. It's like you took it out of my head and then you put it into reality. It's impressive. I do that. I'm trying to find a picture of it because I'm sharing my screen. So let me just have a look see if I can find you a picture so that you can ooh and ah over it. Cool as heck. I feel like I've seen it, but I want to ooh and ah more. It's been delivered to you, so actually you have it there. Oh, I do have it. I just realised you have it, so you can actually look at it in the flesh if you wanted to. But I'll bring it up on my screen.
Please.
Because I know what you get in your mucky paws.
Yes. Yeah. I just got it, actually.
Here we go. Yes, here we go. Here it comes. And I'll put this on the tasty notes. I know we called them tasting notes, but I quite like the fact that one week we accidentally called them the tasty notes. And I quite like that description.
That's sexier. Let's go that way.
I just love the eyes.
Oh, why is it not showing?
Can you see that on your screen? Oh, it's coming to pop up on my screen. That might be why.
Oh, yeah, I got her.
You got it?
I see it. Yeah, I see it.
It's just something about the way it does her hair. I just really like it. So
it's a nice piece.
Simple sketch, and it really works with the border, because that Spider-Man Far From Home border is quite a big one. It goes all the way along the bottom. It's got a blue and white web design on it. It's got a picture of Spider-Man. It's got the logo of the movie. So I imagine they'll have had some stipulations as to what they had to put. It's got the Upper Deck logo in the top right-hand corner, which kind of looks.
There's not a lot of real estate room on there for an actual drawing. Kind of so it fits the frame.
It kind of looks like a hair clip. That one.
Ha!
The way he's got it on there.
Yeah, I like it.
But I just think it's he's done a good job on it, and I love it. So
I dig it. And the look is good. The personality is there.
Yeah,
fits all the criteria for me for like a good sketch in terms of what I like. I think it's
nice,
solid.
But it doesn't look massively finished. If you see what I mean, I think that's kind
sketchy.
of
It's a sketch card.
Exactly. Yeah. Beautiful.
It's not painted. It's not anything like that. It's it's a sketch.
So it's worth checking him out. Cool as heck. He's a really nice guy. Really nice. I bought an original off him as well. Original Black Cat sketch that he then digitally done as a print. So he sold me the original artwork and the print, and I bought issues 1 to 3 of his self-published comic as well, which I've yet to read. So, and he threw in like loads of like swag, like bookmarks and postcards and things, because he goes to cons, so he's got all that stuff printed up.
What a gem! I love it when
really nice
artists have that set up. It's just so cool.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. So thank you for that. Cool as heck. And so I got that. And what else? I feel like you've had something else come in, but I can't remember what it is. You've got your Calypso. What else did you? Did you have anything? You showed me something else. It wasn't a sketch. But you did a video where you were showing you handling cards very carefully.
Yes, because someone asked, and then someone was asking, and I was joking around with them, and I was kind of like, I guess I do pick up cards a little weird, because you see people grab them like by their corners or by the edges and all that kind of stuff.
Forefinger on the face of the card.
Yeah. And I just I don't know. For me, I don't like touching the surface or the edges if I can help it. And if I have to, it's just to fit it into a sleeve. But I tend to like lean the card back and put it on my finger and kind of balance the card a little bit that way.
I thought you were going to say you levitated it in your mind.
I do. I do that. I just didn't want to like. I don't know. I didn't want to compare myself to other people, and other people like, oh, I levitate it too, and it's like, ugh, now we're all levitating cards. I don't want it to catch on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
No. So I just put that up there just as a joke of a conversation, because I was also interested. Like, I know how people can be pretty particular with how they handle cards, so forth. So I thought that'd be pretty fun.
No,
but
nice.
I did get all the spot cards that have ever existed.
Right. Okay. Talk to me. So
I got the spot from the set that you received.
Oh, Spider-Man 97. Yeah.
Yes. So I got that spot, and then I got the versus system, the game cards for spot.
Okay.
I got the hollow foil and the regular. There's a great website actually called Category 1 Games.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. I found out about them from Timothy. And they have everything. So if you're a character collector and you're looking to like catch up on loose ends, and I put stuff on a wish list too, and they're fantastic. When anything comes in, they like really up to date.
Oh wow! That's cool.
No, they're like no kidding. Like there were 5 surfers I was missing, 3 of which came in, and I got an email within like 10 minutes of them being up, and I went there, bought them, and it was done. And I really appreciate it. I'm gonna send them an email. I don't know. They're really just great. I really appreciate their service, quick service, all this good stuff.
Yeah, I had a look on the site, and I got very quickly overwhelmed by the volume of black cats there are. So.
There's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm almost done with having every game surfer. Like I only need 1 more or 2.
Oh, really?
No joke. No, I'm like 120 in but I only need like maybe 2 or 3 more. No, it's nuts. I've
Wow.
never posted a picture of that. Yeah, that's been a crazy kind of like little side quest. Little side quest. And then I also got the hero clicks of Spot, which I haven't shared yet, which is really cute.
Fun.
Yeah, it's
fun.
It's a portal, and Spot's like coming out of it.
Oh,
it's
nice.
really cute. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get it for you because we love this stuff, showing things on camera to each other and not showing the people at home.
Well, they should get on the podcast with it. One of these days, we're going to have to live stream one of these.
I want to live stream with you. I think we'd have a good time.
Well, I think the reason I want to live stream one, that's right. We were trying to figure out how to do it on Facebook with 2 participants, because you can do it with a single participant. I'm trying to do it with 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
So it's really cute.
Yeah.
So I have the surfer one, and then I want to get him for fun because it also comes with a card.
Yeah.
So then I have the card for this one.
Nice.
That was kind of cute. And then I just realized what the other card was that I showed you.
Oh, cool.
I've gotten really hard up on 2 cards from Fleer Ultra X-Men.
Oh, yes. And I noticed you were going after that.
Yeah, well, I saw her and I was kind of like, oh my God, this is great. And it's called, and her name's Moonstar.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up this card.
Oh, nice.
And this has the hidden message.
Now, I've never completely understood what the gimmick is with these.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Okay, so remember Matt was talking about these? He mentioned that was a cool insert idea they had with a hidden message.
Right.
Well, I remembered and I was kind of, that's true, and I have a bunch of cards on ePack. Let me go see if I can maybe rainbow somebody. Well, on the back of the card, it looks like a regular card, like nothing's there. And then when you move it in the light just ever so slightly,
really?
All of a sudden, a message is actually written on the back of the card that you can only see from one particular angle.
I can't see it at all yet.
No, because the camera is really rough there. And it says, some of them I guess say different ones. I believe it all says the same thing. But it says, this is Professor Charles Xavier, Francis Xavier. You possess extraordinary powers and are being summoned to my New York mansion for special evolution.
Wow.
Special evaluation.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's hard to get the light in my office.
Yeah.
But I just thought, what a nice,
that's a nice idea.
Like if I was a kid and I was collecting these and I saw that as an insert, no number, they're very rare, and I saw that, I'd be so giddy. So when I saw it on eBay and then I got it in person, I was kind of like, oh, how cool am I? But the artist for Moonstar on that set, which I'm just obsessed with, is Brian Radd. Rood.
Oh, okay.
And I've actually met him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, luckily. And it's just funny. He actually does a lot of Star Wars imagery for Disney, a lot of Star Wars paintings.
Yeah.
And I was at Disney, and there was a Star Wars celebration going on. So I just kind of ran to go say hi to people and kind of meet some artists or whatever. And he was there, and he had a Boba Fett, and he signed it for me and numbered it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then I was looking at the cards on ePack, which is what's so fun about ePack.
Give him a shout. Get him on the podcast.
I am. I messaged him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messaged him already. So, and I've just been really obsessed with that card. It's just so beautiful, and like the design, the space, and Moonstar. Moonstar is an odd character in the sense that she can be like, I don't know, like some of her older stuff and her older imagery of her is kind of a little racist, and to say the least. And I really like what he did with her, and it has the classic blue and gold X-Men outfit, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
And just the stance is very powerful. It has this beautiful sun in the background, like she's standing on, in the middle of a plane, and just really, really, really beautiful composition. It's just a really nice card. I'm trying to get the auto now. People are telling me to give up on the red, the canvas, the 1 of 1.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to give up, damn it.
Oh, well, that's fine.
I'm going to do this. It's not going to happen. But I can wish. I can
always dream, young man.
I can always dream. No one can take my dreams away.
No one can take your dreams away.
But yeah, I just need an auto. That's where I'm at. But everything else I got now.
Well, it's interesting because you've started to go off on some little new character side quests, and
Yes.
I have as well. So
Ooh.
I've often considered like starting a new smaller character collection. And Gwen I've toyed with, and I tried it on Marvel Masterpieces, and I kind of lost heart on it, and then I sold the ones I'd acquired, which in retrospect maybe I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have, but um, I've always loved Spider Gwen. I've got all of her comics. I got the first appearance when it came out, and I got the first two.
Such a good
She's
character.
had
too.
how many runs? I think she's on her fourth run now. It's changed the name now. It's called Ghost Spider now, and it's just really cool. I've never really gotten into the whole Spider-Verse side of things, and I know that's made her incredibly popular. So I haven't seen that animated movie Edge of Spider-Verse, for example, which I hear
really?
is really good. But it's just
what a piece.
Yeah, I just I've got
Obviously,
there's so much to digest. I'm sure I'll get there eventually. And then as we were doing the Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, I thought, you know what, I absolutely love the artwork for her on there, and I pulled from I think a single pack of Fleer Ultra Spider-Man. I pulled an auto, so a gold web auto, not of her but of someone else. I can't remember what character it was now, and I thought, what can I trade that for? Because if I start with the hard card, then it kind of makes the rest of the collecting easier. Which is where you started with Calypso.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm a Spider-Man guy, and I don't remember Calypso at all.
Yeah, she old school, man. They don't really.
Yeah, what
they don't really
era?
bring
Was she
her out.
70s?
I feel like that's right.
Because 70s was kind of a bonkers period in terms of new characters in Marvel full stop, let alone Spider-Man. So I managed to successfully trade it, and I added some stuff to it for a Spider-Gwen auto that was on ePacks. So I'm kind of just working towards getting so I think it's in the Legacy series. So I'm just working towards getting myself a silver foil of one of those, and it's actually quite a small. She's got a metal as well. She's got a Marvel metal, so I could do the PS.
She does.
So, but I'm not going to go bonkers and spend massive amounts. I'll just I'll stop where I'm comfortable.
That's what I'm doing with Moonstar. Like I'm just gonna do this art.
It's kind of going to be a mini rainbow.
Right, just the representation of what he did, because they have the X cuts, and I don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't like her X cut specifically.
Yeah.
I do like her jambalaya, but my thing is this art. So I'm gonna get, if I can do the rainbow of this art. She Calypso was 1980, Amazing Spider-Man 209.
Okay. Yes, I knew it rang a bell. Yeah, it's just after Cat. It's the year after Cat. Okay, interesting. All right. So I'm just going to go now. I'll probably just get a 9-page and get a happy 9-page like you did with Spot. Although you've busted that now because you went further. But
yeah, that's what happens. Man, I need to find some plates. I'm dying to find a plate of his. Yeah, I want all 4 of those back.
I have to put an APB out on that.
I should actually. I don't think anybody has them, to be honest. And if someone does, they don't want to tell me. And
that's fine.
I don't blame them.
It's the set's 3 years out now almost. So,
are you saying I'm late to the party?
I think I'm saying we're all late to the party on that one. However, let me open the pack that I bought just on air. Because I thought, let's just open a pack and see what happens.
Let's do it.
You never know. There's only 5 cards in a pack. But let's have a butcher's hook. So there it is. You can see my screen, yeah?
I'm looking at the screen right now. Okay. Pull the plate. Listen to me, Ian. Pull the plate. You hear me? Pull the plate.
I'm channeling positive vibes.
Channeling positivity.
Open.
Come on.
Here we go.
Pull one of one or
now, I normally do this on a phone
one
browser, so let's see what happens.
Come on, you got this. You got this. You're going to pull it. Oh, not the best start, but you're going to pull it.
I can't actually see it. I'm going to minimize you. There we go. Right.
How dare you?
Next.
Deadpool.
Okay, that's a Deadpool. Okay.
That's pretty good. Deadpool's pretty good. Okay, Spider-Man.
Okay. So they're quite small. Vulture,
which I like that art. That's a good one.
And a web foil.
You did get a web foil. Do you have that one? That's pretty
I
good.
have no idea. I have no idea. I can't even see the button where you turn it round. Oh, you just click on it. There we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Who is that?
Iron Spider.
Iron
Damn, that's
Spider.
a nice one too.
Let me have a look next. That's it. That's your pack, folks. So no
pack.
major hits in that one, to say
Pretty
the
good,
least. And yes, I do need that one. So let me just take that off my wish list.
That is always worth it.
And tuck it away. Thank you very much.
Tuck it away.
There we go.
Nice.
So yeah, I've got a Deadpool, DA1, Golden Gate Bridge. And I got base set Goldbug, card 43, 49 Vulture, and 91 Kane.
Nice.
Kane's nice.
Kane is nice.
Yeah. Look at that artwork. That's bonkers.
Looks good.
I like that a lot. The artwork on that set is phenomenal. It's really good. So there you go. I wish it would have been more exciting for you, but it wasn't.
Perfect.
Never mind. Right, let me. I can't find you now. You've disappeared. Oh, there you are. There you
Hello.
are. Let me enlarge you.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Hey, baby.
Oh yeah. There we go. That was rather anticlimactic. That single pack. Never mind. Should have got Bagley to buy it for me.
Yeah, man. How dare he? By the way,
every single pack. Every
pack is a flasher. I'm so mad at him.
I know. Oh, good
So
luck
mad
to
at
him.
him.
Good luck to him. It's
I'm proud of him, but I'm mad
he pulls some good stuff. He pulls some good stuff. I noticed something. This is a very, very brief one, but I thought it was quite clever. When I was looking on ePack the other day, I was looking on the news section, and it had a news item about a Josh Brolin redemption. So let me see if I could find it, because this was actually quite clever. So when you think about redemptions, you think about the fact that the redemptions are cards that go into packs because the actual hit isn't ready for whatever reason, or it's too big to insert in the pack. So as an example, when I used to collect Lost Inkwork stuff, you would invariably have an autograph that was not yet back from the actor for whatever reason in time to put it into the production run. So you would pull a redemption. You'd mail that in. They'd punch a hole in the corner, send you back that punch redemption card along with the actual card that you were redeeming. So as an example, I did one, and it was for the Serenity movie set. And it was an auto of Chiwetel Ejiofor, who played the kind of baddie in that film. And I pulled the redemption card, sent it into Inkworks, and lo and behold, comes back. Job's a good one. So I've got that in my binder. I think I had a few on Firefly as well, because I went deep into that one. So,
I think that's cool. That's a good set. That's really neat.
It is a lovely set. And that's a full master I've got there as well.
Wow.
I didn't have sketches, so, but I've got all the autos on it. Haven't got the Master of Serenity. Serenity I'm kind of need to finish. Anyway, and I thought, it hadn't really occurred to me that sometimes, of course, that could happen on ePack. So the news article was for the day that they announced premiere, and it was like a redemption card on Upper Deck ePack has been swapped out with its live counterpart. If you had a redemption card in your ePack collection for the card listed below, the redemption cards have been swapped and replaced with the actual card it was to be redeemed for. And so basically, the redemption card, you pull it digitally on ePacks, and I'm guessing you couldn't have that mailed to you. You couldn't, it was. I'm guessing it was a digital card. And of course, it was for the film cell autograph signed by Josh Brolin. Of course, he played Thanos.
That's a great one.
From the Marvel's Avengers Infinity War set. So for whatever reason, maybe they had a production issue, maybe the actors' autographs didn't come out right and they had to redo them. I don't know. But they were late to be in both the physical pack and the ePack's release. But I just love the fact that they could immediately redeem it to everyone who'd pulled it just by literally pressing a button at their end.
Wow.
And it just swaps out in your collection.
That's so cool. People must have been flipping out.
I was like, wow, isn't that brilliant? And if you've got it and you don't realise, then you're like, oh my goodness.
And then you see it
back in, and you're like, ah. So,
awesome.
It's kind of one of those feathers in the cap of why ePacks, people say, well, why would I bother? It's like, well,
yeah,
saves you waiting. I mean, I'm sure some people, I know I probably would cherish having both the redeemed redemption card and the actual item you were redeeming it for. But
Yes.
you've got a Josh Brolin auto, so you
Yeah,
can't really be
That's
complaining
amazing.
about that.
No way.
So I just thought that was really interesting. So I thought I'd flag that. I'd spotted that. Other people are probably like going, "Duh, didn't you know that?"
Well, whatever.
But
they're not here, so
but they can go fish. I have completed. Well, I say completed. Marvel 80th, as you saw.
How insane is that? I can't believe we haven't spoken about that yet. That's nuts.
Well,
man.
I say completed. I haven't completed the clippings and the autos, and I'm not sure if even that. Well,
realistically, completed.
But I've completed everything that you get achievements for. So I've basically got the full set as produced. So I've got the full. The base was obviously digital, so you had base 1 to 100, and you got 5 of those, and you got a color spike, I believe it was called.
Yes.
Version of that. So I've got color spike 1 to 100 physical. Then you had base high series, which was 101 to 200, which was a beast. That was tough because effectively it's 100 cards. You need 5 of each. So you got to get 500 digital cards for the high series color spike. So I've got all those, and I need to give a shout out to Frank Chapinada, who hooked me up with the last one. So Frank, thank you very much. I know Frank listens because I always see it pop up when he favourites the episodes and likes them on Anchor. So really sweet guy. And I saw he had it, and I over-offered on it, and he felt bad about accepting the offer. But I was like, mate, you've helped me out, so that's fine.
That's really nice, though.
I love when people do that. Yeah, loads of other people. So I did actually buy the last 2 lenticular short prints that I needed.
Good.
There's only 6 of those, but I did actually buy them. So the 2 guys I approached on that were happy to sell them, and they were going on Compsy for 20, and I said I'd pay 25. It was just before Premiere dropped, so I think they needed
just to be done with that.
Yeah, so that was good. Well, there weren't that many. There's only 14 of one on ePacks and 17 of another, and some of them were redeemed.
Okay.
So of course, I wanted them unredeemed because when you get the base 1 to 100 color spike and the high series 101 to 200, then you get the base 1 to 100 retro, which is a physical card to start with. Then you get the high series retro, that's 101 to 200, and then you get the regular lenticular 1 to 12, and then you get the lenticular SP, which is 13 to 18. So there's 6 parts to the set. Each one redeems for a letter of the word Marvel.
I love
so it's those 6 I wanted to go for. And someone was saying, well, you could have bought them. You could have bought those letters on Comsy. And I was like, well, I could have done, but they're not called achievements for a reason. And I was already kind of halfway through it, but it took over a month to do that last part.
But see, that's the chase, though, right? Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you're buying. You know, if it's as easy to go to eBay and purchase something just to have it, then then that's just to have it. You're not really.
So I was enjoying the collection part. That's what that part.
Plus, that in a frame or that somewhere displayed is always going to be a reminder of that kind of triumph.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love it.
Awesome.
So I'm really happy with that. I'm probably about 21, 22 cards into the comic clippings. There's 55 of those. And then the clippings autos, I think there's about 25 of them. And that's going to be a beast. So that, if I can complete the clippings, I'm kind of be happy with that. If I get a few more autos, then fine. But some of the autos are limited to 10, I think.
Are they really?
Yeah, some of them are pretty tight. So, and the ones for Steranko and Sienkiewicz are really limited, I think. So, and sell for quite good money from what I've seen. Actually, no, the Steranko I've seen going from anywhere from 50 to 70. The Sienkiewicz asking prices are in the 3 figures.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't doubt it, but
I haven't seen what they're selling for. They're just going on asking prices. But the Steranko sold prices, I've seen them going 50, 60, 70. So, but then they're lovely cards. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. I'm kind of the thing is with me, I don't have many sets that I've finished.
Right.
I've got loads that I'm nibbling away at. So bizarrely enough, even though I have pretty much everything, including the really tough stuff now from Marvel Masterpieces 2007, I'm still missing 5 really easy to get cards. And I just haven't been asked to actually just put a post up and say, has anyone got these lying around?
You really should. There should be a couple of like
I know.
little...
I literally need 5 cards.
You know what we could do? We could have like a day where you trade old sets with each other, like just like trading day or whatever, and people can just post, all right, I got these up for trade. You know what I mean?
Idea. Yeah.
Like just to fill the gaps day or something. I'm horrible with names, so this is terribly embarrassing.
I'll work on the branding.
The gaps day, yeah.
Yeah. You come up with the ideas, I'll work on the branding. This is why Ian
does the intros, everybody. Just so people know. I would embarrass myself greatly.
No, you need to write yourself an intro. I was thinking about that.
I should write you an intro, and that way we can like come back to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Marvel. So I'm just kind of like, okay, what next? And I was already kind of nibbling away at the web foils. So I'm not in a rush on the web foils. I'll get them when I get them. But of course, to do that, I will need to sacrifice one of my Black Cat web foils to go in there.
What? Why?
Well, because if I want a web foil set, I can't use that web foil for...
Oh, that's right.
Rainbow. But as that's unlikely to be a thing. But
plus,
what I
you
could
can
do,
buy that for like 50 cents. You're solid.
So I might I am now talking about that. Right. Anyway.
You know what? I'm done. I'm not saying that word around you anymore. You can't be trusted. Okay?
Sorry, kids. Go to bed. It's past your bedtime. I did have one interesting thing happen. Just as I was in the last... I will. Lucy, think comfortably.
Do it.
As I was getting literally, I was down to like single figures that I needed to finish Marvel 80th. I approached a guy who had, I think, almost all of the ones I needed, or at least no. I think he just had one. I think I needed 2 base retros, and they're physical cards, and they're a harder pull. And I reached out to him and I sent him a trade, and I think I sent him like 6 to 1, all physical, decent ones. And he replied back and said, I don't want, I'm happy to help out, but I don't want Marvel in return. I thought, you've got loads of Marvel stuff in your collection. And what it is one of these guys who buy sports, but every now and again they buy Marvel just to get someone to trade sports for the Marvel. And I thought, that's interesting, but I don't know many people who drive in both lanes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a lot of people
that is
who drive
interesting.
in both lanes.
We've heard stories of people dropping one lane, like one part of the hobby over another. Like who was it just recently told us that they got out of the sports cards and kind of just went full on all in on Marvel.
Might have been Frank.
Was it Frank? It might have been
Frank from
Had
Couch
been
Club.
Frank because
I think his background or his collecting experience had been
that was it.
Sports, and he was saying that a lot of the stuff like PMGs and jambalayas, a lot of that comes from the sports side of the hobby.
Right, pulling from 2013 retro when they first did that.
Yeah. So, and I've been looking a little bit at the sports side of the hobby, and I think I find it interesting. It's a huge market compared to non.
Oh yeah, compared to Marvel, it's ridiculously
the amount of product
large
out there, the amount of one-on-one. There are people who specialize in dealing with one-on-ones. Imagine having to have a business where you do that in non-sports. You'd be broke.
There's some crazy groups on Facebook that are one-of-one groups. I saw one particularly. I joined it, didn't realize it was sports because I was like, yeah, let's do the one-on-one thing because I wanted to see what I could buy from people. And it was just sports. So I kind of backed away quickly.
Yeah,
but
so there's quite a scene.
It's quite a scene.
Yeah. But, and this, I'm not sure how I feel about this. And I think it's because I come from a non-sports background. When I see people buy to flip, and I think it could be a cultural thing as well, because I'm British, but I know the American kind of cultural way of going about things is, making a dollar, making a buck. That's kind of a very much part of your kind of culture, if you like. And it is, it is the way that people kind of think. I'll give you the parallel I'm talking about.
It's true.
with tickets to live events. In America, it's dominated by largely 1 or 2 players, the ticketing, whereas in the UK, it's multi-channel market. So there are multiple ticket agents who form part of the primary market. Okay, you do have big players like Ticketmaster, but there are other players like C Tickets, Encore Tickets, Eventim. So it is a multi-channel market. So, but if in the UK if in the US I put a tour on sale, it'd be with pretty much one ticket seller.
I see what you're
because they
saying.
dominate the market. So everyone else, and in the US they're known as ticket brokers, are referred to as the secondary market. So, but the interesting thing is that there is this perception that a ticket can be a commodity, and it is a right of maybe not law, but certainly a right of culture and expectation that you should be able to sell that if you bought it. So you can buy a ticket for a live experience, depriving someone of getting that at face value in the process in order to resell it. And a lot of people who do that believe it's perfectly okay to do so. To kind of like, to do it. So anyway, I noticed on Twitter, because I'm starting to see more on at the MCC pod on Twitter, folks, and on Instagram.
We're on Twitter?
We are on Twitter. You're not on Twitter.
I'm not on Twitter. You're on Twitter.
I'm a Twitty guy. I'm definitely a twit. So I noticed a sports guy. I can't remember where I saw it. Someone had retweeted. It might have been Rebel Base Card. Good evening, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Retweeted this guy, and he's a brilliant.
I love Greg.
He's coming up with some great content for his podcast.
He's the
If
best.
you haven't checked it out, go and check out Rebel Base Card. The Star Wars Cards podcast. He's talking to some interesting people, but he was talking to a guy on the podcast who comes from a very sports background, a guy called Mike Somner. So I was looking at the tweets and I noticed, I think there was a connection there with someone else who specifically buys sports stuff, breaks it to sell. So, and his hashtag is the hashtag, and I noticed a lot of people use this, so it's not just him, is hashtag FlipLife. And it's a perfectly acceptable thing. And like people are proud of it, and it's a scene where people buy sports product. In doing so, I get that they're taking the risk, but they buy it to break it and then to split it up into its components and flip it. So have you ever seen the movie Wall Street, where Gordon Gekko's company specifically buys companies to break them up and sell the good bits?
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like that. So it is on that very American capitalist kind of way of doing things. Now, I'm not saying that it's just an American thing. That happens all over the world.
We dominate it, though.
I just thought the mindset
if not, we're going to buy them up
appeals a bit.
and then sell them.
I personally, well, certainly in Marvel cards, because of the fact that one-to-ones and rare stuff are such a limited thing, and they are relatively limited small products. Even Fleer Ultra X-Men was, by sports set comparison, a small set, even though it had so many parallels and things like that. So I guess where I'm going with this is, for Marvel cards, I do see, and this is my perception of it, and I'm open to the better idea. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. My gut reaction to it is that's depriving someone of getting it at a fair price just to make you a bit of money.
Yeah, I would
say
so.
That's how I feel about it. Whereas on the sports side, everyone's fucking at it.
No, everyone doesn't. No, it's rough.
And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. And I know there's some guys who do it on Marvel products and they specifically buy stuff to break it and sell it.
Which is, I mean, everyone does what they want to do, obviously. But I think for me, I'm always been two minds of this, because the only time I've ever really flipped cards, which I have, I'm not going to lie, I've definitely flipped cards, but it's only ever been to like fund the hobby and not like a profession.
Yeah.
Because I think that's just, that's par for the course. Otherwise, certain people wouldn't be able to afford the product, right? So everyone kind of has to figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
But, does it bother me a little bit that someone would buy tons of product cold just to flip? Yeah, because that ruins the experience, right? Am I happy that they get it and it doesn't vanish into thin air and I can actually own this rare piece? Yes. But do I have to it's like, why even open up packs? And I think that's the issue for me. It very much gets to a point where it's like, well, why do I participate in this culture of opening packs? Which is, to be honest, the reason why I never did sets. Because I really never saw the point. If I'm looking for one character, not that I don't appreciate all the art or or love the experience. I love hearing a fresh pack being opened, but to sit there and open up so many boxes and then on top of that have to pay someone who's flipping the price of those 4 boxes that I was looking for just this one thing, it felt too much like I'm doubling down on a hobby where I could have just done it for a quarter of the money at this point. But you lose all the satisfaction of, pulling cards out of a pack. I like the hunt, but I don't know. Like, I think that does bother me. And it bothers me more when like people do it. Like, we have someone who's on eBay who sells things at a ridiculous price, such a ridiculous price that no one buys from that person anyway. It just, I don't know, puts a bad taste in my mouth sometimes.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. People get off in different ways, I guess.
I mean, if you, truth be told, if you own it, you can do what you want with it.
Obviously, yeah.
If you choose to pay more than it's maybe worth and kind of justify them doing it, that's on you, I guess. If you're happy to do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. I just thought it was an interesting thing, on the sports side, and sports side can do what they do, and if that's part of the culture for sports cards, then hats off to them. But
I do think though that some of the resistance to #OneHobby and other groups was about because people were doing that flipping and they were afraid of losing product across the sea.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that was some of the aggression there. But I definitely think keeping it on a global sense is
I think so.
the better way to do it.
Well, listen, it's not. Yes, we've talked about that before, so I won't go.
Yes, let's go. Let's move on then.
No. All I wanted to say was the reason that this tallies up, because I realised that ComC themselves check out my collection or on Instagram and have a social media account, and it turns out it's very active.
That's awesome.
A lot of product, but they very rarely post anything that's non-sports related. It's all sports, but they have a thing called Flip of the Week.
Oh,
where you can see that they can see a particular card sold at this, because obviously they're a marketplace. So they make a thing, and they're actually proud of the fact that someone's bought this and flipped it on their platform, and this is how much they made. I'm like, really?
That's tacky.
Thing? Yeah, I just thought.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's bad to say, but
not for me.
I don't really care.
Yeah, but I just thought I'd throw it out there that ComC have an Instagram account. Go follow them. I'm gonna brighten my own spirits now. It is Friday night. It's been a long week.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about our intro artist.
Yes.
There's an intro that put a smile on everyone's face, hopefully. Artist Jerry Bennett. Jerry is on Instagram at artist Jerry Bennett, and it's JERRY. Bennett has got 2 N's and 2 T's, so it's artist Jerry Bennett, all as one word. Jerry, you're a cracking looking guy. You really
seriously
are.
I love your look.
He's got kind of a bald head, big beard, massive smiley face, and I think he's based in Oklahoma, I want to say. From something I saw on maybe his page, or it might have been even on his email footer when he sent me the intro. But yeah, thanks, Jerry. I can't remember where I saw your stuff, but I reached out to you straight away, and within minutes he'd sent over the intro, and I was like, "Oh, thanks so much." And I just
what a gem.
I was like, "Yeah, he's One Take Bennett, we call him."
One Take Bennett. I love it.
That's how I've just literally made that name up. So Jerry, that's what we're going to call you from now on. Hashtag One Take Jerry. Because it's easier to type than Bennett. So, so Jerry's got a breadth of experience from what I can see from his Instagram. But I'm just going to look at his Marvel cards, and I think the easiest way to do that, because he has got so much gorgeous stuff on his Instagram. I mean, when you go to his Instagram, straight away you've got, what's that top one? Who's that guy from The Office? You know his name.
Michael Scott.
Steve Carell. So I never watched the US Office.
Oh,
I'm of the homeland from the original, you see. I was kind of like...
I won't hold it against you.
Yeah. But I'm not going to say anything rude.
This is how the podcast ends. Ian and I can't agree on the right off.
Yeah, he's done some cracking stuff. Is that Alfred Hitchcock he's done there?
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, a real mix of
Star Wars
styles.
is awesome
yeah,
too.
If you scroll down, you've got some Turtles action. You've got a Joker there. You've got a Lego.
Great too.
Look at that Lego Batman.
Oh wow, it looks so good.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Wow, that looks really good.
I like
nice
that.
Work.
Yeah, nice little commission he's done for someone.
Cute.
But yeah, I mean, look, he's there. He's collecting an award for something. He's a really interesting looking fella. Oklahoma, yeah, right. He's from Oklahoma City. So yeah, what's he won? That's in the next picture. Let's zoom this in. So we have an award winning. Look at this. He's won.
That's awesome. He's a teacher.
Award of Supreme Excellence. Teachers Appreciation Foundation. Oh yeah, you recognise that straight away. Wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a little bit on my screen. I don't actually know TAF that much, but
okay. I thought you were going to say, I've got two of them in my closet.
That's my whole wall. No, of course not.
Yeah, and then
that's really awesome.
You see his Baby Yodas.
I love his Baby Yodas.
Everyone's done Baby Yoda. It's kind of like
you kind of have to.
Well, in the UK for years there were two soaps. There was the Bill, which was about police in South London, Sun Hill in South London, a fictional area, and Casualty, which was based in a fictional area of Bristol, which is a city to the west in the west of the UK. And it was a running joke amongst actors that you had either been in the Bill or Casualty, or both, as a job. When you got out of drama school. Just as the accident of the week or something like that, or the criminal of the week or whatever. So it kind of feels like Baby Yoda is the artist version of that. It's kind of everyone's done Baby Yoda in the past 6 months.
They kind of have to.
No, they kind of have to. Yeah. Oh my goodness! Look at that Star Trek one. Sorry, we're not talking about his Marvel stuff, but I don't care because his Instagram feed is brilliant. Look at that! But that's what I love.
Captain Sisko
love the fact that he's got such a good breadth of styles.
I like them all
on here. It's really good. It's really good.
He did Voyager. He did everybody.
Yeah, he's done all the captains with their ships.
Wow!
So he's got 5 of them there, and there is his Etsy store as well. So you can go to his Etsy store from his Instagram at the top. It's linked at the top of his Instagram. But his Marvel work. So he's worked on Masterpieces. He's worked on Premiere, and he was on Fleer Ultra X-Men. Mm-hmm. So you can see, Fleer Ultra X-Men sketches as rare as hen's teeth. But one of his is showing on ePacks at the moment. Now, who is that? Is that Wolf?
That's Sabretooth.
Sabretooth? Is that Sabretooth? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I'm terrible at recognizing characters.
He did a great job too.
That's quite some signature on the back. Look at that. So yeah, there's his Sabretooth, and let's have a look at his Marvel Masterpieces.
Yeah, I want to see these.
Now there are. I can't drive. There are 8 on here. Let's look at that Rocket Raccoon.
That Rocket Raccoon's awesome.
Look at that. I love it. I'll put this on the tasting notes. It clearly belongs to someone else because it's on ePack, but I'm sure they won't mind.
Wow.
I'd love to own one of his pieces. They're really nice.
Oh, yeah. I love the Groot. I love the Mantis.
Got his Groot. There's quite a lot. Actually, these ones showing, there's almost a Guardians set here. They're all owned by different
collectors
people.
Too, so they're being held on
Who is this? Is Ultron?
That's Ultron.
Wow, that's cool.
That is cool.
I like that. He's filled the palette. Multiple color. I love it. He's done his color backgrounds.
I love. That's my favorite.
Which one's this?
I don't know who that is, but it's a gentleman with an F on his shirt.
And he's got a saucepan on his head.
A saucepan as a helmet, and I'm in love with this piece.
Yeah, I knew it would be in your warehouse. That's good. Who is that? I don't know. I
have to look him up.
Jerry, I love it. Is that Machine Man, that one?
Yes, that's who it is. Yeah. I was trying to figure out the name, and I was like,
we're looking at a different one now. We're not looking at the guy with the F on his thing before people write in and say that's not Machine Man.
We're looking at Machine Man.
Yeah, Machine Man. I loved Machine Man back in the day. He's coming back.
Really good. Yeah, there's a good quad panel from Premiere of him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's really nice. But yeah,
Jerry,
I love it.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Jerry.
We'll pop pics of these ones that are on ePacks on the tasting notes so that you guys can see them. I just listened to that intro and I just started grinning, so I thought, let's put him on this week's episode. So, what was I going to say? I wanted to talk about a mail call that I had. I finally have a Fleer Ultra X-Men 1995 binder with Wolverine on the front.
Oh, God, I love that binder.
It is gorgeous.
That's a good binder.
I mean,
Top 3
it's
binders.
absolutely gorgeous.
Top 3 binders.
Easily.
Hands down.
Easily.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderful. And it's got the full base set in there, which I hadn't completed. It's got the full suspended animation. Is that the one? That's like a cell. I think that's what it's called. It's got the full Hunters and Stalkers, the Days of Reese set.
Yes.
And it's got the full Sinister Observations. It's also got, it came with 8 unopened packs of what turns out to be not Fleer Ultra X-Men 95, but Fleer Ultra X-Men Chromium, the Kubert set from the following year, 4 of which I've opened. And they're rather lovely, but they're not that set. They're different ones. There were a couple of packs. I opened packs in there, plus a 9-card promo, which looks like it's very, very clean. I don't think someone's hand cut it, but when you put it together, it's the same as the uncut promo you got that was 9-card size. But the edges look factory cut.
Wow,
so,
that's really nice.
So yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it, and I'll be re-sleeving them all. And all the spares and bits and bobs I have will go up for, trade or, I remember talking on a previous episode that I'd bought lots of random cards. So I've got some pretty, I've got some of the cards were a bit tatty. So what I'm probably going to do with those incomplete older sets is just give them to some kid or give them to a children's club or hospital. Something
I love
like
that.
Just to get, I just think people should do more of that sort of thing.
I got to get stuff together and do that. I don't collect sets, so I never have like that kind of bulk.
I've got one of those boxes you can get with rows in it.
Yes, the shoe boxes.
It's kind of a flat, but it's like a pizza box, but with deep, card things.
I think it's called a card shoebox or something. I don't know.
Oh, is that what it's called?
I think so. I can never know.
And I've got one of those that's full of like trade stuff and incomplete base sets.
That's nice.
That just and I just thought that just makes some kid's day. So I might do that with them and just get someone else into the hobby maybe. So I've got that, so I'm really pleased about that. And what else was I going to talk about? I wanted to talk about Upper Deck employees exclusives, but I'll do that on a future episode because I don't have pictures with me. But it's something I've noticed, and it is very, very exciting.
That would be really cool to see. I love those. Those are always really, really amazing.
Yeah. In general, I've noticed. And actually, I noticed this before Premiere, but I don't think it's Premiere driving it. I've noticed a lot of Black Cats come onto the market recently, sketches, and I think I've noticed across the board that I think people often, when there's a big set on the horizon later in the year, sell some stuff just to get some money in. So there were some really nice Black Cats came out recently. I didn't actually go for any of them. I was watching them. There was one I wouldn't have minded, but yeah, and I think I wouldn't be at all surprised if some other characters have seen similar things. We have a new character collector just come out of the closet and decided the character he's going to go for. Jason Martinet, or Martinet, however you pronounce it, who's in the group, has decided to go after Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099.
What a beast.
That's a really cool character to go after.
That was a good character to go off. I was debating that character for a little bit, but that was a good idea, man.
Yeah,
love that.
So good luck to you, sir. You are in fine company.
Yes.
And there is a new guy in the group, which is why I mentioned earlier on that we were going to come back to cosplay. Sorry, my nose has gotten really blocked for some reason. I don't know why. I was talking to him on private message, and he just dove in and straight away did a little like video on the group and stuff like that. A guy called Harry.
Yes.
So good evening, Harry.
Harry.
If you're listening, I've had a mental brain fart and I can't remember your last name, so I'm just going to look it up. But he's going to come on the pod.
That'd be awesome. He seems like a lot of fun.
Harry Crosland, I'm going to say, because it's only got one S, not two. And he's a really, really nice dude. He's kind of used to the scene. He cosplays, goes to cons. He's also a photographer.
That's
so I think he does a
cool.
lot of that kind of work at cons. He's posted some photos of both him and his wife in cosplay, and they just look really cool.
I saw it. They look really awesome.
Yeah, and I thought, a really nice guy, and he's just really enthusiastically embraced. I think he's like one of these people who maybe did some cards when he was younger. Back in the 90s. I don't know how old he is, but I'm going to say 90s because that's when everyone was doing them.
That's when we all got
addicted. It's like the 70s, 80s when everyone was doing coke. Everyone did cards in the 90s.
Wait, people stopped doing coke? No, I'm just kidding. Bad joke. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, let's move on. Diet Coke nowadays, dear. Got to watch my waistline. And he's decided to get. Well, I mean, we'll let him talk about it actually when he comes on.
Yeah.
He's
let's do that. Yeah.
He's straight away decided his avenue of what he's going to collect, and I think it's just really, really cool. So, Harry, I'll reach out to you, and we'll get a couple of date options, and we'll have you come on and tell everyone about what you're into and what you're going after, because I think he's a really interesting guy, and I think he'd be a really interesting voice on the podcast. So. And I've just suddenly seen that Stephen Bagley has again done a one-hit.
Are you serious?
Yes. He
has to stop.
A blue PMG.
No, he did not.
Yeah. Limited to 49. Stephen Bagley, can you purchase for me all my single packs?
I'm so mad at him.
Yeah. Well, he's lovable, so I can't be mad at him for long.
No, of course not.
but
the captain,
hats off to him. Hats off
Looks
to him.
good.
Yeah, he'll have Pankit coming around his house to get it.
Pankit's running.
And I
Pankit.
think Panky Pank.
He's the best. I love it.
I love making up nicknames for people. It's funny. It's funny. So I think I had a big list of little small things that we could talk about, kind of a hostful goodness episode after our.
Let's do it.
After our. No, I've kind of run out of them.
Sorry.
Apart from sorry. Well, we can't kind of skip through them all, but suffice to say, I think there's a lot of good stuff coming out this year, as we have talked about. Premiere's out there now. I don't really have anything more to say about Premiere, apart from the fact that the achievements, they're doing them on the Shadow Box. No, not Shadow Box. Color Box, they're called this time, aren't they?
Yes.
On Premiere, that's right.
Yeah, they are.
They were Shadow Boxes. So there are achievements on those. And I think there might be written in the Stars achievements, I want to say. We could probably have looked this up before we started recording, but
yeah, they do. They have SPs. Yeah,
brilliant.
I can look it up real quick.
But aside from that, as Matt said last week, it's a pretty, it's a fairly small set in and of itself, because the majority of product is sketches on that one.
I think it'll sell out pretty quickly too.
Yeah, I think it
just
will.
Because it is so small.
Yeah, I think
people are looking at those sketches.
But yeah, I mean, I was tempted. I was like $299.
I'm tempted. I don't want to, but
yeah,
I'm
that's
tempted.
the thing. I'm tempted, but the thing is, the odds of me getting a cat, and the odds of me getting a cat that I like. So I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty.
So the achievements go across the base set, the blue foil, the red, the gold. The base, the blue, the red.
There's an achievement for base.
Yes, there's an achievement for base. There's a Written in Stars achievement, and those three characters are Nick Fury, White Wolf, and Red Skull. And then the color box achievements are Hela, which is really cool, Shang-Chi, and Dazzler. So great characters.
Okay, yeah, Dazzler's good.
Dazzler's good. And for the base, blue, and red foil achievements, it's Deadpool, Luke Cage, X-23. So our boy's going to go crazy on that.
Oof. Moon
Knight, and Old Man Hawkeye.
Old Man Hawkeye. The Old Man Hawkeye, they're going nuts with this whole old man thing after Wolverine, aren't they? Old Man Hawkeye. Who's it going to be next?
I know. It's really interesting.
Is it going to be old woman cat going up the stairs in a chairlift with a colostomy bag on her front?
I hope so. My fingers crossed.
Old lady cat.
Old lady cat.
Old lady cat.
Trying to climb up
I'm
through
84,
the window.
I've still got all my own teeth.
Door, Grandma. God. I don't see achievements for gold, purple, or black for those characters. That's weird.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh,
My computer's making beeping noises. Did you hear that? I don't quite know why it was doing that. Never mind. Hopefully that won't have come out on the recording. I'm saving the images of Jerry Bennett's sketch cards while you're talking, just in case they get traded out and I disappear.
smart. I would
Because otherwise they will go, and I think
they will go. Just our luck.
Yeah. Sod's law, as my mum used to say. So yes, there it goes again. Sorry, it's because I'm trying to save them and do a podcast at the same time. So I will stop doing one of those. I think that's kind of it for this week in terms of stuff I was going to talk about.
Yes.
He just looks at his list. So the only thing I am going to say just at the end of this, don't really want to be a downer or anything like that, but obviously there's a lot of stuff happening at the moment with the COVID-19 coronavirus that's impacting pretty much everyone in some way, shape, size, or form. So I guess the first thing is just, everyone look after yourselves, follow the advice, just kind of, just common sense stuff really. Work from home if you can, make sure you wash your hands, all that kind of stuff. I think there's obviously a measure of the headlines are obviously a bit scary and people are probably going to be spooked by that, but it is obviously very serious, but just look after yourselves. The reason I brought this up is I noticed at least 2 artist mailing lists that I'm on send emails out specifically addressing the virus.
Delivery,
I had one from jscottcampbell.com this morning saying that they were going to be the Emerald City Comic Con. And it's a very nicely worded thing. And I won't read the whole thing, but he does say things like, my team and I are in relatively young, good health, not caring for elderly loved ones. We feel the risk of any exposure is manageable. My team and I believe that with a minimal amount of precaution, we can remain safe and provide an excellent experience to our Seattle fans. Each of my staff has given an opportunity to voice concerns and to back out if they wanted to, and they all want to be there, as do I. So, and he's gone on to say that they'll take precautions, and they're talking about the Seattle community. Sorry, no handshakes or up-close photography, but we're looking forward to seeing those who've come to see us, as well as other vendors. Anyway, so it's a really positive, really good statement. And then I noticed one earlier on from Spiderweb Art from Greg Hildebrand went out, just saying that they're monitoring the situation. All the products we sell are in house and have been long before the infection kind of started spreading. He's got plenty of stock that's also in hand. If there are any issues, then they'll just hold shipping until a really safe time has passed. So I just think it's interesting that people are feeling that they need to make a statement or want to reassure people. So I think we can probably expect a little bit more of that. So I guess, obviously you go to a place where there's lots of people on a regular basis for your day job. So, look after yourself. Yeah. Take it easy. That goes for your good lady as well. And stop buying all the face masks.
Start buying, take them away from the medical professionals who need them.
Yeah, well,
that's what's happening over here. People are hoarding them and putting them on the market and selling them at ridiculous prices.
But the thing is, they don't actually protect you.
No, they don't.
They don't. That's the thing. The thing that protects you is washing your hands, coughing into a tissue,
your eyes,
discarding it, not touching your face,
ears, mouth,
that kind of thing. So anyway, look after yourselves, folks.
Be careful, everybody.
And I mean, I guess the good thing for me is if I do have to work from home for a period, because they have said to us that you need to take your laptop home every day and be prepared to start working from home if they have to close the office.
Wow.
Because basically my entire business, the ethos is that you should be able to work from home and still everyone get on with their jobs. They just do it from home rather than come together in the office. So it's like a business continuity thing. So, I mean, I guess the good thing for me is that, when I work up in my loft, I am next to my cards and my comics.
Good times.
So I can just kind of say, hey, Clear Ultra X-Men.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Black Hat Binder. Hey, you Clear Ultra X-Men Binder. You're looking fine today. I'm working from home and we're going to do some good work, you and me. So, yeah.
We have the same conversations, don't we?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You talk to your cards, I talk to my cards.
What are you doing?
The thing is, in my head, they answer back.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Mm.
What is it? You're never supposed to confront crazy. Great talking to you, Ian. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. And on that note, folks, until next time,
enjoy collecting, everybody.
Thank you. Stay safe. Thanks for listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast. You can subscribe via our home on anchor.fm/MCCP. Leave us a message via that link with questions, comments, or just to say hi, and we may even play on the show. We're also on iTunes, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms. Our podcast is at the MCC Pod on Facebook and Twitter, and you can find links on our Facebook page to the two groups MCCW, Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide, and MMC, Marvel Masterpieces Collectors. On Instagram, find us at MM Collectors and at Sketch Card Hive. The great music we use is called Rocket Power by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks to the collectors, artists, and creators who support the Marvel Cards Fan Collective. We'll see you next time, and remember, it's a small hobby but a fun one. Make mine Marvel and enjoy collecting.